There's a romantic look to this year's Adelaide Cabaret Festival. It's been 12 years since it premiered and it is now truly world famous. I caught up with the new artistic director, Kate Sobrano, to find out how she's put her very personal spin on her first festival.
I've been creating this atmosphere of a hearth, actually, bringing back tones from Europe and the turn of the century, and it'll be where we used to go to, if you can imagine in history, to first see cabaret. You might see it in a cafe or you might see it in a dance hall, usually as an escape to weather. And then people would sit in, they stay the night, they eat, they drink, they see the entertainment, and they get to experience this live up and close and personal atmosphere. That's what I'm really generating this year.
And following on from the success of festival spaces like the Barrio and Red Square, Kate has invited former Adelaide artist David Bromley to create a wonderful new communal space called The Backstage.
It's essentially where we're going to have people gather. They can come and meet there. They can be waiting in between shows to perhaps see another show. And in that place there, I've invested all of our energy with these external random acts of creativity. There'll be illusionists and there'll be circus acts and dancers. And
sounds fabulous.
And there'll be music, random, MCs. Hootenanny Mark Nadler, who's like the darling of our cabaret. He'll be there and emceeing. So Bromley's going to put all of his attention into that area to create that for me. So that'll be, I guess that'll be our little hub.
The concept of cabaret emerged from times of war and depression. It's a melting pot of creativity nurtured in nightclubs and restaurants, an art form which has continued to evolve as performers strive to be more entertaining, more visually engaging and even more provocative. It'll be really interesting because even though we talk about cabaret, gee, there's all ends of the extreme in cabaret,
It's, the definition is limitless, really. And that's actually kind of what I'm also pouring petrol on this year as well.
So for those people who are contemplating buying a ticket, give us a taste of some of the highlights.
All right, we've got some amazing divas, some of whom are very well known. From the Broadway, Lea Salonga, she's famed for her Miss Saigon. A really wonderful concert to come and see with mums and daughters, anyone keen on becoming a singer. Mary Wilson is performing who I consider one of the most important women in jazz, which is the story of Lena Horne. And Mary Wilson is, in my opinion, the prettiest and the best singer in the Supremes. I'm sorry, a bit partial to that, but Bernadette Robinson's going to be a treat. She's every singer-songwriter you've ever heard. And Kate Noonan's written this beautiful piece about love letters amongst convict women at the turn of the century, and she's involving circus artists within that as well. I said, honey. Camille O'Sullivan from Ireland. Oh, she's just so sexy. I can't wait to see her. She's everything I wish I could grow up to become. We've got some of the blokes. Tex Perkins is returning. Don Walker's coming. He's such a fantastic singer-songwriter. And Ben Vereen, who is a Broadway artist. He was in Chicago and Superstar. And it's going to be a very, very rare opportunity for them to see another master at his work. And I've also got Chris Smith. He's a local guy who's gone to New York and he is just like the darling of cabaret in New York. Wow. Who else? Lenny Henry. He actually is an incredible singer-songwriter, plays the piano, accompanies himself.
And it's not where you'd expect to find Lenny Henry, is it?
He's a UK comedian.
Yeah.
The blokes will love him because he's hilarious. We've got the Brewster brothers, formerly of the Angels, who've put together a play based on their life, even way, way back into the early days, before they were the Angels. Also, they're local Adelaide, so all of the stories of early Adelaide will unfold as well.
Part of Kate's commitment in choosing cabaret acts includes a determination to highlight local talent, such as the work of Adelaide-based group Various People and the glorious voice of Cheryl Pickering, who takes us back to Paris in the 1920s.
It's a privilege to be part of such a big festival. We're a local company, we have done a lot of work overseas, but this is a premiere of a piece here in Adelaide for our home crowd, and it's really exciting.
We've got a lot of Adelaide only, but I must tell you, in researching different acts, it was incredible to hear some of the high-profile artists, and I'm talking, Minnelli and McLean, really massive, who were like, oh, I've heard about that festival. I really want to be a part of that.
So for the girl whose Swedish great-grandfather jumped ship in Port Adelaide to start a new life, Kate Sobrano has big plans to bring the very best in the world to our doorstep. 49 shows, 146 performances, all in 2 very special weeks in June. So an extraordinary array of performers.
It is commercial and yet it's avant-garde. We have wonderful music and great singers for a more mature audience, but at the same time the kids are going to love these Broadway artists.
So it's all about exploring the extraordinary.
Well, that's my title for it, because that's how I feel I have entered into the world of art, and I'd like to invite people to come into my world of art.